The baby care industry is just massive, and it's mostly dominated by large players like P&G and Fisher-Price, especially in the diaper category. More recently, biodegradable and compostable diapers, also called green diapers, have gained attention due to their potential environmental benefits. However, when we look at the broader diaper market dominated by large traditional disposable diaper brands, it is often the case that these more eco-friendly alternatives struggle to compete at scale, and there are a lot of reasons for that happening. Here are some of the reasons that are quite commonly cited on why biodegradable and compostable diapers face an uphill battle against incumbent brands. The number one reason is high production costs. Biodegradable and compostable diapers typically require specialized materials, for example, plant-based plastics, which are sustainably sourced. These tend to be more expensive than petroleum-based plastics used in conventional diapers. Specialty materials also require different manufacturing processes, often run in smaller batches, which drives up the production costs. Also, when we talk about economies of scale, established diaper brands produce diapers at a massive scale, which significantly reduces their per unit costs. Newer, smaller, eco-friendly companies don't have the volume to match these cost efficiencies in production, distribution, and also in raw material procurement. The second reason is pricing and consumer willingness to pay. Because of these expensive inputs and production processes, biodegradable diapers are often sold at a premium because they have to be, sometimes double or even triple the price of a standard diaper. Even though many consumers say that they value sustainability, a large portion of them still opt for cheaper, more familiar options, especially for products like diapers which are meant to be disposed. Also, it has limited pricing elasticity, which means that parents often purchase diapers in large quantities for over many months and years. When faced with a higher price point, even a small difference per diaper really adds up, pushing them towards more economical options. The third reason is infrastructure and end-of-life realities. Many places do not have sufficient industrial composting infrastructure capable of handling diapers, which often need to be processed in specialized facilities separate from typical household food waste compost, especially in countries like India, where diaper wastes are supposed to be collected differently because of this very reason. Without widespread access to these facilities, even compostable diapers can end up in landfills, negating much of the eco-friendly promise. There's also customer confusion and inconvenience. Consumers may be uncertain of how or where to dispose of compostable diapers properly. If disposable instructions are complicated, for example, mailing in diapers bag, yes, that is true, or taking them to specialized drop-off locations, many parents will opt out of that process just due to time constraints. And finally, even truly biodegradable materials don't break down efficiently in an anaerobic environment, which is consistent with most of the landfills. This can severely undermine the key selling point of being biodegradable. The fourth reason is brand recognition and marketing power. Large corporations like Pampers or Huggies, owned by P&G and Kimberly-Clark, have multi-decade brand recognition and customer loyalty. The brand trust built over generations makes it difficult for smaller, newer players to convert consumers, even if they have a greener offering. Also, incumbents wield massive multi-million-dollar marketing budgets to maintain their market share, define standards of quality, and keep shelf space prominently stocked. Smaller, eco-friendly brands may lack the resources for widespread advertising, limiting their reach and consumer awareness. Also, talking about regulatory and certification challenges, green labeling laws and compostable certifications vary by region. The lack of uniform standards can create confusion or, worse, distrust amongst consumers. Eco-friendly brands may have to spend more resources securing certifications across multiple markets, and these costs can really add up. Smaller companies might struggle to afford multiple tests and ongoing compliance requirements. And finally, I think perhaps the most important piece of all this is functionality and perception of quality. Some parents perceive that biodegradable or compostable diapers may be less absorbent, less durable, or less comfortable for the baby, whether or not that is actually the case. In practice, biodegradable diapers can perform significantly different, example, more frequently. Changes might be needed, which can be a deal breaker for many households. Diapers are a high frequency purchase, often driven by habit and convenience. Shifting brands or product types requires added research and a behavior change, something that many busy parents are reluctant to do without very strong incentives. So in conclusion, while green diapers address significant environmental concerns, a combination of high manufacturing costs, limited access to composting infrastructure, entrenched brand dominance, a consumer reluctance to pay more poses a substantial barrier to widespread adoption. As a result, these eco-friendly alternatives often struggle to gain traction in a market still led by established and cheaper disposable diaper incumbents. That said, this situation could change. One of these three things happen. One, there are policies in place to incentivize or mandate biodegradable products. Second, if composting infrastructure becomes more widely and easily available. Or third, if consumer preferences and willingness to pay shifts more decisively towards sustainable options. For now, however, the market realities continue to favor large traditional players, and that makes it difficult for biodegradable and compostable diaper brands to achieve a comparable scale and the cost structure that would allow them to effectively compete.